Alright guys, let's talk about ICP for the first time on the channel. Now I don't have any of this in my bag, I want to go ahead and say that guys, but I do think it is a good project, so we're going to take a look at it today. And yeah, basically in the beginning of February, a lot of cryptos, they started this little resistance here, and ICP hasn't actually broken this resistance. Now, many other cryptos have broken that resistance, but ICP has not. Now, it also is following this little trend line here. It's been bouncing off it, which is actually a good sign. It hasn't really broken down from that. And let's zoom in here, guys. Basically, on a weekly time frame, yesterday we have broken the $5.22 mark. We tried to see if this was support today. Now, we're looking at this on a daily time frame, guys. Let's see if it can seal a weekly candle above $5.22. That would be a good sign. And that's the correct time frame to really look at this. But yeah, we do have another resistance above us at about $5.75, and then what, $5.83. So this little zone right here is going to be a little bit tougher to push through. Now, I don't think we're going to see that today. There's no reason. There's no news or anything, I think, from ICP or yeah, it is a weekend, so weekend trading is usually not that action-packed. ICP is only up about 5 or 6% right now anyways today, guys, but we're just taking a look at it. Now, anyways, let's take a look at the volume profile here, and let's see the visible range. Let's put this on a weekly time frame, and let's kind of zoom out here, and let's see what we get, guys. Now, let's see, let me go down, and yeah, basically we are at a point, we are still under the point of control. Now, the point of control is this red line right here. So that red line is at $5.83. That's basically where that resistance, comes in. As you can see, there's a really thin green line right here where my cursor is. But yeah, that's, the point of control here. Now, we do need to get above that, and then the volume starts to go down, of course, guys. So let's see what happens. Now, let's take a look at the RSI and the stochastic here real quick. And I want to get rid of the VPVR there. Okay. Now, the weekly time frame, it is trying to avoid being overbought, basically. But it is pointed to the upside right now. So let's see what happens. The RSI is pointed up, has a long way to run, so that looks okay. Daily, pointed up pretty heavily on both the RSI and the Stoke. The 4-hour actually is a little bit overheated, about to turn down here. And RSI is pointed pretty heavily to the upside, so kind of a mixed signal there. 1-hour time frame looks like it's going to turn back to the upside here. And the RSI is just kind of trying to stay out of being overbought, but it is pointed to the upside, and it's not overbought yet. So 15-minute for fun here. It is just getting into this overbought territory, and the RSI is pointed, pretty heavily to the upside, but not overbought yet. So there's a lot of mixed signals here. Now, wait a minute. I didn't look at the monthly. Let's look at the month real quick. I just want to go see. Wow. Yeah, the monthly is, it's trying to avoid being oversold, but this is still very low, guys. And it looks like it's just about to tick to the upside. Now, this RSI is also curving to the upside as well. So on a monthly time frame, doesn't look too bad in my opinion. But yeah, guys, I would say weekly is still okay for now. Daily also, these longer time frames look pretty good. It's just the shorter time frames that are pretty much mixed signals right now. So it may run a little bit more, but it does probably need to cool off, I would say. And if we look at this, let's just see what it's been doing in the last, okay, yeah, you can see this is crazy, guys. This is since the 6th of June, and it's just had from 4-hour candles, only green candles since then. And yeah, that's like 10, maybe 11 green candles right here. So it looks pretty good, but I think it will cool off. Now, like I said, if it does run up a little bit more, I do believe this resistance will probably stop it. If it doesn't, definitely $5.84. And it may do something like this. It may consolidate here before breaking $5.84 later. Now I want to take a look at the Bollinger Bands, guys. Now on the weekly time frame, this is coming down pretty heavily, and this is going up also. So there is a point where it is going to pinch probably. You can see here it was pretty narrow, guys, and you got that huge run from ICP. Now I do believe once this comes down maybe a little bit more, and it has about the same width that this one has, you're going to see that action. On a daily time frame, let's see what we have here. It is pretty narrow, but you can see it was more wide here. You have some wider parts here. You know, it's wide here, but yeah, it actually is pretty narrow here. But it looks like it's just going sideways, guys. It's not trying to pinch in, so that's really what you need to make, you know, kind of a pop there. Now, before we go any further, guys, I just want to mention that you can claim some bonuses on my favorite crypto exchanges with my links, guys. It really helps me out. I do get commission, of course. I will be upfront about that, and it helps me keep this channel going. But I do have, you know, partnerships with Bitget, MEXC, BingX, Blowfin, BitUnix, Bitrue, Weeks, and BTSE, guys. And also Moodix is down here as well if you want to get Moodix. Now, looking at the tokenomics of ICP, guys, basically it's the number 47 coin, so it's in the top 50. That's excellent, guys. There is no max supply, though. I don't like that about it, but the circulating supply is only 534 million. That is not much, guys. That's actually very, very low. Now, if we go down, all-time high, I know this says $700, guys, but there's a lot of controversy behind this. So you have to really go back, you know, several years, guys, and you need to see that FTX was really shorting this coin, and they actually caused this to really crash. Now, yeah, it looks terrible. It probably will never exceed its all-time high. Well, never say never, but it won't exceed it, you know, this bull run. It might not even get there the next bull run, but I do think it's going to have massive gains. And if you picked it up down here at $2.87 a year ago, excellent buy, guys. I do think this could see, you know, maybe $100, maybe even $200 if it gets a really, really good bull run. Now, in my opinion, I would probably, you know, at this point, settle for about $40 or $50. But in, you know, a mega bull run, guys, you could see 100, maybe even 200 with this one. Now, taking a look at Bitcoin on the 4-hour time frame, guys, you can see there's been a resistance basically since the 22nd of May. Just can't get above it. I mean, it kind of broke out here, but then it fell back under. And it looks like, you know, yesterday this finally broke above. And if we zoom in, it looks like it's just retested this, you know, trend line, this resistance, you know, now support. And it's getting that little bit of a bounce now. So we're at 105.5 at the moment. 106.241 is the next resistance to get above. Now, the CME gap, guys, is 104.770, so keep that in mind. So, yeah, we're at 105.576. That's what, $700 or $800 above. So if you were going to bet tomorrow, like what would happen, guys, if the price would stay the same, you'd probably want to short right now and let it go for about $800. And once it closes that gap, close it, and then wait to see what the market does, guys. That's just if you want to do that. I don't recommend it. I think leverage is crazy, but you know, if that's probably what's going to happen, though. In my opinion, it's going to close that gap. Now, Ethereum is actually looking pretty good. It's finding support here on a daily time frame at 25.06. We're just a few bucks above that right now. But still looking good. As long as it seals a weekly candle above this line tonight, that would show that this is still support, and that would be okay, guys. Now, we do need to get above several lines here at 25.52, 26.15, 27.17, and then out of this Fibonacci here at about 27.60. And keep in mind, the target of this bull flag is up here just below the resistance at the top of this Fibonacci level, and that comes into play, let's just say $3,200, guys. So I don't think it's going to stop right here at, you know, 31.85. Probably come up, hit this line, might hit it a few times, and then eventually break through. Now, looking at the total market cap, excluding Bitcoin, guys, we're sitting at 1.15 trillion. We did break through this line yesterday at 1.14. We did retest this as support, so let's see if we can start making our way up to 1.19 trillion. Now, the dominance did get a little bit of a red candle yesterday. We're seeing a little bit of downward pressure here. I know it's a little bit hard to see. Let me zoom in for you. But yeah, it does have a longer wick to the upside. Now, we still need to break below 64.33. We need to break this, like 3-year trend line, guys. And then we have to break 60.46, and that's when I'll claim victory for the altcoins. Now, the dollar index still sitting at 99.2. It doesn't really trade on the weekend, but let's see if this follows this line here, because if it breaks this neckline, that is the target up here at about 105, guys. Now, the altcoin season index did come up a little bit, guys. It's at 22 at the moment, so we were sitting at, I think, 16 right before I refreshed it before this video, guys. So this did come up a little bit, so that's actually good to see. Now, liquidation heat map, in the last 24 hours, you're only seeing 92 million wrecked, and it's pretty much equal on both sides, but a little bit more shorts than longs. Now, the fear and greed today, guys, is a 62. Yesterday was a 52. I'm a little bit surprised to see that it's come up so much on a weekend when nothing really happened yesterday. Now, bull market peak indicator still 0 from 30 have been hit, guys. It's still 100% hold. Best indicator, pi cycle top indicator. Looks like this green line still wants to run away from the orange line. But, guys, it's still going to take a long time, even if they start to come in towards each other. I would estimate, 4, 5, 6 months probably. Now, taking a look at the economic calendar, tomorrow we do have a couple of things, but they're relatively small, I would say. New York Fed, 1-year consumer inflation expectations. Atlanta Fed GDP now Q2. Tuesday is empty. Wednesday is CPI, guys. That's going to be huge. Thursday, PPI, and then initial jobless claims and continuing jobless claims. And then Friday, guys, we have Michigan numbers. So that's, the most important things this week. There's not much this week, but what's there is fairly important, especially CPI, PPI, and Michigan numbers. Now, what happens with CPI and PPI, guys, it will really affect the FedWatch tools and, the betting, I guess we can say, whether we get a cut or not. Now, 2.6% believe we're getting a cut, but still 97.5% believe we're not getting a cut. Now, keep in mind, we're still 10 days away from the next FOMC meeting, and inflation is at 1.91 according to Trueflation, guys. So what's the Fed really waiting for? Now, crypto bubbles, guys, is not looking so good on the daily. Now, in the last hour, okay, it's pretty much green. So let's leave it on the daily. I just like this. It looks a lot better. Now, if you want to stake your internet computer or ICP, guys, go to Coinondo. It says there's 20 deals that were found. So yeah, CoinW, in my opinion, would probably be the best one at 5%. But guys, you just don't know what's going to happen in 120 days or 360 days. I wouldn't do it personally myself. I'm looking for flexible and probably no more than like 30 days usually, maybe 60 in some cases. But yeah, guys, be careful. You don't want to get locked up in a position that you can't get out of later, guys, when you're ready to sell. But yeah, guys, if you like this video, like, subscribe, activate the bell, share this video with your friends, and if you want to become a member of the channel, guys, it's only $2. I'll put you in the Telegram, and I will forward you these, measurements that really affect Bitcoin and crypto in general, guys. And yeah, like I said, thank you a lot, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video.